Welcome back to the channel, you guys. Welcome back to Ironclad RC. Today we're going to be reviewing, unboxing, kind of going over the features on the Oxidean Marine talking QUASAR. This is like a talking radio. It has a humanoid voice. It's touchscreen, 2.4 gig surface radio. So stick around. I'm going to unbox it and give you my thoughts. Big B with Ironclad RC. Let's get to it, guys. Let's get to it. So, real quick at the box, it's got Oxidean Marine logo on it, the QUASAR there. We're going to open it up and get to it. Get to it here. Got your transmitter, bubble wrapped, all right. Nicely packaged, nicely packaged. You got your GPS module that's in here. We'll go over that in just a few. We got a 9-channel receiver and a voltage probe. We'll go over this as well, and the instructions. That's basically what you get in the box. So I got everything laid out. I've unpackaged everything so you guys can see exactly what you're getting with the QUASAR. Okay, you got your transmitter here, which we'll go over in just a few. You got your voltage probe that actually plugs into the receiver. Okay, not exactly sure how we're going to use that yet, but just kind of give you a quick look-see at it. You got your GPS module that also plugs into your receiver with double-side tape, a grommet, and a little piece of heat shrink that goes with the voltage probe there. Your RXG-PT-1 receiver, 9-channel receiver. The receiver's actually got a GPS, the GPS port right here. That's your voltage extension plug right there. Pretty long antenna here. 9 channels. You have your bind button, okay, with an LED that lets you know the status. So I've got the GPS hooked up to the receiver. It just plugs right into the side right there. Pretty easy. I've got the voltage probe plugged into the voltage port. You got your little probe here, and then you got the positive wire that is naked and it's tinned up. I guess you would actually hook this up to your main power supply on your speed control, your batteries, kind of like Oxidean Marine 200 here. Okay, you guys see how he's got it? It's soldered right up to the EC8 right here. Pretty sure that this plug will actually plug right into this receiver as well. Okay, so that's basically how it would work, so you can get a voltage readout on your display screen. Okay, I think Oxidean Marine, he's got, he's only been in business for a few years, couple years, and he's got some nice electronics. He's got a nice thing going. This is basically his speed control, which is in all actuality a Max 6 hobby wing that's got a water cooled heat sink on it. So, check them out. Check them out. So, let's take a look at the remote. The transmitter is actually really, really nice looking, you guys. I kind of dig it, man. It's actually got some weight to it. You guys see you got a large touch screen right here on the top of the remote. The transmitter here, you got your antenna that actually folds up. Okay. On the front of the transmitter, you've got a couple of dials here. One here and one here. Okay. You got your trim buttons here. You can actually program any of the 9 channels to activate and work your trims on these 3 buttons here. Your foam knob actually feels good. You got a little area here you can actually adjust the tension on your knob. Okay, personalize your remote. On the back side, you got 2 3-position toggle switches that you can program for any of the 9 channels. Okay, your thumb trigger right here can actually be adjusted to accommodate your index finger here. It's actually also adjustable. You've got a screw tensioner there. You can adjust the tension on the trigger. Fully adjustable. Looks like you got a couple of studs right here. You can actually screw in accessories like a camera or whatnot on those 2 stud accessories. You have a USB-C port right here. You can actually bind up or it don't come with a wire, so you'd have to supply your own wire, but you can actually bind up like a WFly X9 remote to this, use it in trainer mode. You also have a 3.5mm auxiliary jack. I think you can use this type C plug right here to actually charge the remote, if I'm not mistaken. You got your on off button right here. Okay, a lanyard hold right there. If you want to hook up a lanyard to it, you can snap it in. It's metal. This is your timer button right here, on and off, and I'm not exactly sure what this guy here is for. I'm sure you can program that to do basically whatever you want it to do. Now this transmitter, it's actually it's a bit overkill for boats. 9 channels. I mean, on a boat you only need throttle and steering really, but you can use this remote. It holds 40 models, 40 different models, and we'll go over all the settings in here in just a few minutes. But it's a great remote for like bashers, you know, racers could use this remote, crawlers, tanks. It's jam-packed full of programmable items, too many to even list in this video, but I'm going to give it a shot. So we're going to flip it over. I'm going to show you guys where you put your batteries in at. Okay, the battery actually has an option for 4 AA's, which we'll be installing into the remote today. 4 AA's. It also this AA block here actually pulls out, and you can unplug it and use like a 1S LiPo or a 2S lithium ion. I could have that wrong. I might have to look at the instructions, but it gives you that option, you know, a rechargeable battery. Got the batteries in. All right, we're gonna put the back on, easy peasy. All right, it feels good in the hand, so I just want to kind of give you guys a shot of what it looks like in my hand. I have a large hand, so I can actually operate this transmitter with one hand, one-handed operation. If you have a small hand, it might be kind of tough to reach the wheel, but it's a compact, heavy little remote. Okay, so let's actually power it on. I'll go through some of the features, programmable options that you'll have access to with this QUASAR. You hear the humanoid voice. All right, you got LEDs, which I thought was pretty cool when I first opened it up. Left and right LEDs, which is cool. Oxidean Marine right on the front screen here. This is your home screen. Your dials right here. You have a receiver voltage, external voltage, and your model speed. Okay, you can program it to mile per hour. You can program it to kilometers per hour, kilometers per hour, excuse me. You know, speed reset. You got all your options for the GPS. All you do is tap them. If you know how to operate a cell phone, a smartphone, an iPhone, you can operate this remote. Okay, everything's like right here, you know, within your fingertips grasp. You know, funky thumb dials to mess with. It's all touch screen. Easy. You got your trims right here. Let's see. I think this is your steering. See your steering trim. It's sound oriented. Same thing with the throttle trim. All right.
Center trim.
And then you got this guy right here, which can be programmed in any of the 9 channels. Okay, all these can be cross-referenced with one another. You got your dial right here.
Center VR.
Okay, that. All right, this is your steering rate right here. Okay, your steering rate's on the forward, which can be programmed either with your menu. Okay, we'll go into the menu. Let's go into base settings. All right, you got your dual rate, speed, curve, fail-safe, channel reverse, sub-trim, trim settings, and endpoints. Okay, so I'm gonna go into speed. All right, you can pick which channel that you want to work on. Okay, throttle, channel 1, channel 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and so on, all the way up to 9. All right, let's go to the curve. You can actually program your steering curve, throttle curve. You can access any of the 9 channels, program the fail-safes, trim settings. Okay, that's what your trim settings looks like. All right, be paralleled or centered. So let's go into the model menu. You can program 40 models into this remote. Okay, 40 models. It holds 40 models. You can actually program the name for each model. Okay, it has all these options. All right, so you could actually save your user data, reset the factory data, send, quick setup, return. Okay, that's what we're going to do. Get here 40 models. You got your timer right here, which is actually this button right there.
Timer reset.
Okay, resetted it and started the timer. It'll actually show you how long you've been running. Okay, I actually use this on my DX5 Rugged all the time. I set it for 4 or 5 minutes, and when the timer goes off, I basically know when to bring my boat back in. Okay, you can actually set it on instead of using the voice, you can use the vibrator. It's got an alarm you can set on and off, which is really cool. Okay, oh wow, so you could, yeah, so I do laps, so I'll probably use this doing some laps one day at the pond. You know, I like how it displays the timer right there. That's pretty cool. Okay, model timer, you can set it for each model. All right, so let's go to the advanced menu. This is what I wanted to show you guys. Channel settings. Okay, you can go through all the channels, switch up the channels if you want to. throttle off, steering mixing. All right, if you're using four-wheel steer, you can actually program the endpoints on this right here. You can program the speed for each wheel. Okay, condition, not sure what that is. Program mixing here. All right, mixing. Show you the options there. All right, throttle. Okay, for two ESC options, you got your slave options there. Let's go to program mixing. Okay, that's all your options there. Tank mixing. Okay, if you have a tank, you can actually adjust the two ESCs to work with one another in the steering mode. Dual ESC mode. Okay, if you're running dual ESC, statics mixing, trims switch, and full wheel steer mixing. Okay, and I'm actually just kind of touching base on most of them. You know what I mean? If you're going to bind up your receiver, all you do is hook this up to your ESC. Okay, you hold the bind button down for a couple seconds, and then you go to the linkage menu, link. All right, and then you would start the link. It only took me a couple minutes to get the link binded up, and only like 20 seconds for it to actually link and bind with the receiver, which was really freaking cool. So you have options for your servo rates. Okay, servo type. All right, there's a lot of options in this transmitter, you guys. I'm telling you, jam packed. In the system menu, okay, and the battery, you have lots of option here. 1S lithium ion, 4 AA. So you'd actually have to pick out your power source. Okay, 3.5 voltage alarm there. You can turn your vibrator off. Okay, you could pick out what receiver voltages you want, external voltages. All right, so let's get out of there. We'll go to display. Okay, you could turn your backlight down. Okay, you just kind of go there, and you can turn the backlight down. You can turn it up if you're, in a dark area. You can turn it down. If you're in a light area, you can turn it up. Backlight, you can pick how many seconds or minutes the backlight stays on. Okay, auto shutdown theme. Okay, you can change the theme. Orange, purple, green. That's cool. I didn't even know that. Black. All right. Home screen set. You can pick your gauges. What gauge does what on your main screen right here. Okay. You can change. Oh, I done turned my gauges off. All right. So system menu. Where was that? Display. Okay. Let's go down. Uh-oh. Display. Nope. Home screen set. Okay. All right, so let me figure this out. Reset. Yes. So I reset it. Okay, so I got my gauges back. All right, let's see. I was wanting to show you the LED settings. All right, these LEDs, when you turn the wheel right here, you see how that is solid? Okay, then it blinks. You can change the colors. Okay, you see that? Oh, maybe not. Steering LED on, steering LED off. All right. We'll turn it back on. Type 1, type 3. You see how it goes across? Okay, that's pretty cool. That's really cool. Language training simulator. Okay, you can use, like I said earlier, you could actually plug this into a simulator and use the remote on a simulator. Not sure how that works, but you can do it. Okay. You can lock your touches, okay, factory reset. Overall, my experience with the remote has been great. You know, everything's easy to access. There's really no guesswork. You know, everything's pretty straightforward on the transmitter. It's got good feel to it. You know, the weight's there. You don't want to pick up a light transmitter, you know, a heavy transmitter. You know, you got something there. You got something. Now, the price for the transmitter, it's on the expensive side. It's not freaking cheap, okay? And there's other transmitters that's very similar, if not identical, to this transmitter right here. So, I'll let you guys make your own mind up on the transmitter. I just wanted to bring you guys the Quasar, you know, in my eye, you know what I mean, and how I look at it, I think it's great. I think it's a great option that Oxidean has given us. Okay, it's got high-end, top-of-the-line boats, fiberglass, carbon fiber, carbon Kevlar. You know, there's no plastic on his boats, none. Everything's aluminum anodized. You know, he knows how to put together a boat. You know, and I guess their transmitter's no different. All right, now. Like I was saying, the Oxidean 200, this is basically a Hobby Wing Max 6, I believe, with a water cooling block on it. This is a Sea King, okay? This is basically a Sea King 4082. He works with Hobby Wing. He works with Fly Sky. You know, he rebrands a lot of his products, which a lot of companies do. Like Offshore Electrics, they rebrand TFL products, put OSC on it, you know? Hell, even Spectrum does it, you know? Everybody in the hobby rebrands products. That's just the way it is, you guys. You know, you have to sift through and find the good rebrands and the bad rebrands, the cheap rebrands, the expensive rebrands, and it's up to you. It's up to you, the consumer, to do that. You know, but you know, I'm really glad Bill actually sent me this stuff to review, the boat to review, you know, and there's going to be more to come. There'll be more to come, hopefully. You know, the GPS, once we get it into U19 hooked up to this 200, we'll be able to test it out, and we'll be able to actually test the GPS up against like my Dynamite GPS for accuracy, you know what I mean? So, you know, I think it's great. I think it's yeah. So I'm gonna let you guys go. You know, make your mind up, do some research. You know, and we'll see you guys next time. All right, Big B, with Ironclad RC.